Hello, my name is Valeria Martinez, and today I'm going to explain you about my two article reviews. This is a comparison. So, the common topic that I choose for my mm, article review was which skill should teacher pay more attention? Well, a teacher should create works and activities for all skills like reading, writing, listening, pronunciation, speaking, etc. But it's common that teachers may prefer or work in class with one or more than the others mm, when in the reality they have to pay attention to all the skills. So is one skill more important than other? That's the question. And to get more into the topics of my article reviews, what is more important, pronunciation or listening? To contextualize this question, I want to talk about a little bit about my article reviews so we can understand more about this topic. So the first article is about listening skill. Listening is a skill that not all the teachers know how to teach in a correct way, or we don't know which activities do. We usually make the same ones about playing an audio or a song, but we don't really know any other ways to teach this skill in a correct way. So almost all teachers think that their students are going to take this skill by the time they are in classes. And so they think that the students are going to develop it when they are listening to instructions or they are listening to others classmates talking. But what they don't know is that the responsibility of practicing this skill is not only of the student, it is also of the teacher. So they focus on examine rather than teach. We have to understand that listening is a metacognitive process where knowledge is considered one of the most important aspects that the student uses. So that is why we as teachers, have to know how to work with listening skill in a correct way. So this first article review talks about a study made in Singapore where they tested listening in different students, and they discovered that they can teach listening in other ways. In this case was making students write in some diaries what they listen in some audios, and they discover that um, making them writing what they listen can improve their listening skill. Okay, so this is the second article review. and this talks about pronunciation. So another skill that teachers do not know how to teach correctly is pronunciation. We can say that we can find a lot of books or encyclopedias that talks about how we can mm, teach other skills, but we don't really know how to teach pronunciation. So pronunciation can be a little difficult to teach. Thanks to some investigations, the we have arrived to 2 points. And we are seeing it to cover pronunciation assessments myths and their operational assessment systems, practitioner-oriented guides, theoretical frameworks, and research study synthesis. So teachers usually think that they have to focus on one specific skill to teach. Some teachers can focus on speaking, some teachers can focus on writing, but the reality is that all the skills are important for the learning of a student. Teachers should not choose one skill to base their teaching. They should work with all the skills, thinking that students are going to use them to improve their learning in a foreign language. So we have to understand that students should use all the skills. It's not better only use pronunciation. It's not better not only use listening. That yes, we can understand that some students can learn easier with one skill in specific. But that doesn't mean that we have to forget the other skills. So what some teachers know is that all the skills working together make the language complete. In this case, pronunciation and listening skill have more in common than we think. That we need listening to improve our pronunciation. We need to listen to the words. We need to listen to the phonetics. So we need listening to improve our pronunciation. And we need pronunciation to improve our listening. So we need to pronunciate in a correct way the words so we can work our ear to improve the listening, to improve this skill to differentiate some words from others. So we can say that all the skills are connected and all skills need from the other skills. So we have to, as teachers, understand that any skill is with a fight with other skills. We need to understand the skills need the other skills. And the solution to this problem, the solution, okay, to this problem where teachers only focuses on teaching on one or two skills only in classes is to know or to make them know the benefits to work on all the skills of the students. And that's why I'm going to explain some of these benefits for the students. The first one is that provides high quality of education. So as I said, all skills are connected, and if teacher focus on work with all skills, the consequence is that the education will have high quality, and students are going to learn easier the language. Another benefit is that students can be more confident with their skills and with the language. There are cases where students don't want to speak or don't want to read because they are afraid about their skills. They are afraid about how they are going to show these skills. So the consequence, telling this again, the consequence of only working with only one or two skills is that students lose confidence with the other skills because they lose practice or they don't even practice them. So this is another benefit of working with all the skills, not only listening or not only pronunciation or not only reading. Another benefit is that students can achieve better grades. Is another consequence. They have a complete learning in the language. They understand better the language, so they can uh, achieve better grades. Another benefit is that learning a new language can be easier. And this, if they already know how to apply these methods of how to get stronger their skills, they can take these methods to learn another language. So it can be easier. I don't know if you have ever listened that when students already know one language, it can be easier to them to learn another language. So if they already know the methods, or the way they can learn with their skills of reading, writing, listening, speaking, they can take these methods to the other language and they can learn better or easier. Okay, so here is my organizer of my information, and here I made um, 4 spaces of information. The first one was talking about my first article review about listening skill. The second one was talking about the other article review that was about pronunciation. And then I added the problem that we have with only teaching one skill or only teaching less than the other skills than the old skills. And finally, I wrote the solution that I think that this problem can have. So then, in my opinion, I think that we as teachers need to learn how to teach correctly each skill. We as teachers have to be more, well, have more, um, have, we have to observe our students. We have to see how they can learn easier, or even we have to see what skills can be difficult for them so we can work on them and get strength them. So it is really important that we as teachers observe our students and see what are their strengths and what are their their difficulties. Um, we should know different strategies and ways to practice our students' skills. We don't have to be close to new ideas, to new types of work, to new activities. We have to be um we have to be open, yes, to new things. Like for example now the virtual classes or the technology, we have to be searching for new things, for new ways to teach our students or to work with their skills. We need to use these old things, these all new topics in favor of the education. And it's what is better that we use these things that are in trend to work on our students' skills. Then there is no skill more important than other. And this is a thing that we all teachers need to know, because there are teachers that only focus on only one skill, or they don't even know how to teach in other skills. So I think that we have to understand that there are a lot of skills in our students. So every skill makes the language what the language is. Every skill compounds the language. And as I said before, all the skills are connected. So there is no skill that we not use at the time we practice or we use the language. So that's why I think we need to be prepared. We need to prepare more ourselves as teachers to know how to help our students correctly. I think that, well, as I show in one of my articles, there are a lot of books, a lot of encyclopedias, a lot of web pages where we can even learn how to teach our students, and in talking about the skills, how to work with their skills. And well, the reading strategies that I use to make these articles reviews were reviewing and contextualizing. Reviewing because I read a lot of these topics in, well, I already know a little bit about each of these topics, and some information I review it when I read the new articles. So, well, some other articles. So, yes. And the other one was contextualizing, because I contextualize all these topic with students um, my students and students that I know situations. And here are my references. Thank you.